Good evening, curling fans. Welcome to the 2016 Pacific Northwest Mixed Doubles Invitational here from the Granite Curling Club in Seattle, Washington. This webcast is brought to you by the Curling Champions Tour, the 12th End Sports Network, the Washington State Curling Association, and the Granite Curling Club. Behind us in the director's booth is Max Stevens. My name is Doug Kaufman, and I'm here with Matt Guy.
Hello.
How are we doing?
Super. How are you, Doogie?
Good.
Good.
We'll be showing you here all the action on Sheet 3 because, frankly, that's the only sheet that's going to have action.
Center stage, baby.
Yeah, tiebreaker between Derek McLean, Alex Carlson, and Rebecca and Matt Hamilton. This is the only tiebreaker game we have to qualify for the quarterfinals. Mac, you played in this event. Sorry to see you're not going to be in the quarterfinals. Sorry about that.
Well, you know. You win some, you lose some.
That's it. That's
Sometimes you lose more than you win.
So why don't you let us know how much are the sheets curling out there?
Well, it's curling a lot. They actually did touch up the rocks right before the event on Tuesday, so a lot of very good late swing. They're playing the center guard and the corner guard at the closest position to the house. It's you're taking an inch outside of the edge of 12 to draw a button. The ice is absolutely phenomenal. I said it earlier today. Dustin Kaltoff from Saskatchewan had a really great line yesterday when he said, a lot of times the United States gets a rap for not having very good ice, but if you can't make shots here, you just need to throw it better.
There we go. Nice. Now, you said an inch outside the 12. Do you mean an inch into the 12-foot or outside of the 12-foot?
Outside of the 12-foot.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, we're talking like 5 feet of swing.
Wow.
And if you don't put 3 rotations on it, 6.5 to 7 feet of swing.
Here it comes.
So, yeah, it's very quick. It's, we're talking 1450 to the tee. You know, that translates out to like, 25 and a half.
Nice.
Seconds at home, so you're throwing, 425 splits to get to the button with a little bit of sweeping, and you got to throw a lot of rotation.
Excellent.
So, championship quality ice for a championship quality event.
Perfect. Well, good. 7 of our 8 teams, as we said, have been decided as far as getting into the quarterfinals. The seeds quite haven't played out yet, as one of the brackets is going to be dependent on who wins this game in the tiebreaker, but we can run through the seeds for the playoffs. Of the things we know, Dustin Kaltoff and Marlies Kasner with the undefeated 5-0 record in their round-robin play. They'll be the 1 seed. They're going to be playing the 8 seed Tyler Tardy, Desiree Haas. On that half of the bracket, the 4 seed, Corey Dropkin, Jamie Sinclair will be playing the 5 seed Nancy Martin and Catlin Schneider. And then on the other side of the bracket is where we're not exactly sure of the pairings yet. We know Joe Polo and Tab Peterson are going to be the 2 seed. If Derek McLean and Alex Carlson win this game, that is who their opponents would be as the 7 seed. And on the other half of that side of the bracket, Charlie Thomas, Kaylin Park as the 3 seed would be playing the Hamiltons if they were to win this game. And whichever team doesn't win, the other team that we're referring to is Croy Nurnberg and Nina Roth. They will be either the 6 seed or the 7 seed, depending on who wins this game. And that draw will be tonight at 8 p.m. local time. So that should be fun. 4 good games there. A lot of great teams here, Mac.
Really excellent. This is just the strength of field and the depth of field in this event has been just unbelievable. I don't know if quite frankly, I don't know if it's matched anywhere except it's right up there with the top flight spiels like Portage of the Prairie, all sorts of other ones.
A lot of teams all over the United States. A few here down from Canada. So it's great to see the field here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks everybody for coming. Had 2 beautiful days yesterday and Thursday. Today, not so much.
Yeah, pretty rainy.
A little more like Seattle. Classic record.
Absolutely.
All right.
So
we're going to get rolling here.
The Hamiltons have gotten the hammer, and Carlson and McLean are away. So taking that out turn, playing the Yellowstones, and like I got a lot of lines. So as I was saying before, this is a situation where it's very release sensitive, and I've noticed Alex is definitely a player that slides a little bit under where she needs and gives it some. This one's got a little too much steam on it, so it's right through the house, and that's fine, and that's actually how you really want to throw it. But it definitely makes your break point later. You're going to have to throw it a little bit tighter. But, at the end of the day, especially now that we've got, the brooms are back to reality and we don't have these magic mushroom broom heads anymore, we can, it's just about throwing it good. You got to throw the rock good. You got to make it, 90% of the way and have your sweeper finish it. So
magic mushroom broom heads. I like that. It
was stupid. Listen, last year was like an amazing year just to behold the spectacle of it.
Right.
Yeah. You have situations where, you're watching a World Curling Tour event and they're saying, like, and so-and-so is curling 93%, which puts him 7th among thirds.
Right.
And you're going, Jesus. That was ridiculous.
As long as he throws this anywhere close, the shot will be made every single time.
Every single time. So, Becca Hamilton coming a little bit narrow. And now Derek's going to be a little bit wide and heavy and kind of chip open. So this is honestly about as wide open as a mixed doubles end can be.
Yeah, you don't see many of these. That's for sure.
Couple ticks makes things.
Yep.
This is when things get interesting because usually, especially with mixed doubles, this is very, very button centric. It's the race to the button usually. But now, if you put it on the button, that would not be where you want it at all. So.
A little bit with the rules, you can't remove a stone until the 4th stone of the end is thrown.
Yep.
So you get a lot of rocks gathered around in the rings, in front of the rings, before anything can be removed, and so it just has kind of a natural tendency to have a lot gathered around the button area, 4 foot both in front and behind the tee line.
Absolutely. And so you can play a takeout on the 4th delivered stone of the end, and Matt is going to do just that. Probably wanted a little bit more of a roll away, but, just got to make contact with this. I mean, the way this end is kind of shaping up anyways, it's kind of a bit of a sloppy end. So, really
almost boring as far as mixed doubles.
As far as mixed doubles goes, a little bit boring. And Derek is agreeing that this end is better aborted than not. So they're going to try to play the double here.
Wants to stick around, doesn't have the hammer.
It's McLean's choice. That's what we're calling it. Yep, we're calling it McLean's choice.
Sticks around, does not roll towards the center, so Matt will have a chance to hit this and roll behind that corner.
Yep, and that's kind of the game right now, right? Who's gonna tuck it behind the corner guard first, and then once that happens, who's gonna make the freeze first?
Every once in a while you hear a yipe or something like that. We have Derek McLean's father sitting right next to us here, so at a made shot you might hear a little something in the background here. Don't be scared.
Yep.
Happy parents. A lot of parents here. All right, hits that one just off the nose. Sticks right there.
Honestly, for red, that's nosing isn't the worst, right? You got a lot of separation. There's kind of a double there,
pretty sharp.
But it's pretty sharp. And Derek's just going to try to throw the hit and roll. One thing is it does run very straight with anything really above board weight. You can get some good movement. You can get some good movement with board weight, but sorry, we're just
we're hearing the hockey
night
feed.
We're just hearing the Hockey Night in
there.
Canada theme in our headphones, and so we're wondering if Don Duguid's going to come and tell us about some mixed curling, or Don Cherry. There we go. I was going to say the guy that wears the suit, the couch for a suit.
Wrong sport again.
Yeah. Well, Don Duguid's a curler, so that's relevant.
Sort of related.
And
all right,
we're just
stacking them up,
just trading hits here.
There we go.
Just. Not often that you say that in the mixed doubles end that you're just
true.
Trading hits, but I think now they're going to look at that double just because
It's the other thing with mixed hurling. This is Team McLean's last shot of the end already.
It is.
It goes through these ends quick. That's one thing that's nice about mixed doubles. You're only throwing 5 rocks per team. You burn through these ends pretty quickly.
Very much so. But sometimes you burn through them so quickly.
Yeah.
You run out of time.
Yeah. All right, looking to hit and maybe try to flop in front of that other red one. More than a flop. Gonna roll in front of the red one.
Real roll.
Try to make the deuce a little tougher here.
Oh boy, she's pretty full of this. They might have to consider rolling the other way.
Yep.
Actually, they could slash it almost or so.
Yep. Hits and rolls just
too far.
Too far.
Just a bit outside.
That will be ignored.
And now here's the question. Do you play the split for 3 because you got that catcher over there now?
Yes.
The answer is you absolutely do. In case anybody was wondering. That was less of a rhetorical question.
Absolutely we are. Yes.
And more of a, what you're doing is you're playing the tap. You're playing the tap to that yellow is. Yeah.
Yep. Definitely there. No question it's there.
One thing I've noticed about mixed doubles, too, is that, especially in a situation like this, and especially in the early ends, there's so much it's such a high-scoring game.
Yep.
That it's similar into like watching a skins game where they weight the skins towards the end, where the first few ends you're playing for $50, and then the last 2 ends you're playing for $250. So you can be you can be more aggressive than you would normally be.
Trying to hold this rock.
That's going to overcurl. They're going to overcurl.
He's going to be off it
it
just to stick it in the rings here.
It's a little too much, and that's fine. You know what? Take one. It's early on. You had a shot at 3. Not a big deal.
1 point for Team Hamilton here in the first.
I mean, to be honest, I would say that was kind of a throwaway end, wouldn't you?
As far as the mix to what you're normally used to seeing, all the rocks around the 4-foot, pretty, like you said, pretty wide open.
Yeah.
As far as when you hit that early split on that on the corner guard and really split it out to the wings like that, then all of a sudden it opens everything up. So 1 player from each team will come down, set up the 2 rocks in their starting positions. Even with the, as Mac was saying, we get so much curl out here that even with the rock being in its position that's closest to the rings, there has been absolutely no problem getting to the stone sitting in the back 4-foot with their first draw. I've seen a lot of them actually over curl and come out the other side. So,
well, and it is actually worth noting that Matt Hamilton did just put that rock in the wrong position, but
Now, aren't you supposed to have it just in front of the line?
You are, yes.
Isn't it just in front of the line?
It is. It's on the other side of the line, though.
That's what I'm saying. Isn't the line supposed to be lined up with the back of the rock? Because how else will you know that you have it centered correctly?
You have to have the front of the rock on the back of the line.
Front of the rock, back of the line, instead of the back of the rock on the front of the line.
That is correct.
I've seen a lot of teams actually put it there.
Yes.
Just so you know.
I believe that. And what I'll say
we need
is
a ruling.
That, there's...
All right. Well, something to put in the notes for next year as to
yes.
where you're going to actually set that rock up.
There needs to be a picture.
Yep.
Just a very quick one. Just like
go.
Here, not here.
Got it.
Circle,
we'll do it.
Circle and a slash. Just say no to putting the rock in the wrong place.
Now, one thing we should...
come down a little heavy.
Rebecca Hamilton, beautiful first shot on her draw. Came right down, right on the center line, right in front of the yellow stone.
And that was a fine shot by Alex as well to kind of jangle that around.
Jangle. I like that.
Yeah, you like that?
I like that.
Hey, you jiggle it, but why would you jiggle it when you can jangle it?
It's the Christmas season. I like jangle.
True.
Intern. Trying to get another rock in there. Could make a little bit of a bump on that and flop over, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely the play, right? I mean, you don't want to throw too much weight because the rocks in the back are valuable, but not your rocks.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Valuable to the other team.
They're valuable to the opposition. And he's got a lot of lines still, but he's going to tap this back just the way he wanted to.
Very nice.
And that's a fine shot.
Yes, it is.
Now... the question is, I mean, you can still tap his rock back. Really all sorts of ways. I think you'd probably just want to come right on top. But they're going to throw this. They're going to try to weld it on shot rock here.
Yep. Trying to wedge it in between the two red stones so that it's going to be tough to get rid of that yellow one.
Well, Derek looks like he's got plenty of weight.
Need some.
Plenty of weight.
It's light.
He's curling a lot. I think his weight's all right, though.
I think it's light.
Not that light.
Sweeping hard now, trying to pull this all the way in there as deep as they can, get it all the way in the hole there. That's a pretty good spot. That's not a bad spot.
That's a fine shot.
Yep,
absolutely. That's
all
pro
right.
side.
This is what we're used to seeing a little bit more in this mixed doubles event.
Here we go. 4 rocks.
4 rocks thrown, 5 rocks in the 4 foot.
5 rocks in the 4 foot. That is exactly
Do that
right.
math. I had to figure that one out. You throw 4 rocks, and there's 5 rocks in there.
Hey, I threw 4 rocks today.
We saw that. We were remarking on that.
Yes.
We were wondering if you were going to let M play.
Well, I should have, in hindsight.
Yeah, we saw him on the other side going, well, wait a minute. We can't be done yet. I haven't thrown my last stone yet.
Yeah, it's technically against the rules, but then again, when you give up 4, the other team doesn't really complain about it usually.
They weren't going to worry too much about it.
Funny, weird how that happens.
Yeah, we were actually, that's what we were talking about up here. I'm like, well, the other team's not going to call them on a violation here. They just scored 4.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
That is actually, I mean, it's an interesting shot. It actually, in a way, kind of makes it very difficult for McLean and Carlson to get to the button proper. But if they can park one just right in that pocket, it's a real power position. It's going to take at least a shot or 2 to get out of there.
Almost needs to get all the way in there because I think the Hamiltons might promote that red a little bit. On
and
the
actually,
next
you know
one.
what? You could probably play, and Derek's got a lot of line on this, so it might not. But he needs to play like a little rub on the inside.
Yeah, chipping the.
I mean, he's not going to get to nose, but yeah, he'll chip it on the outside, which is a usable shot as well.
Yellow one, wedge that in
there.
Fine
shot.
Very nice.
Fine shot.
I think it might come out to the other side though with a little.
But here's the thing. Those 2 rocks, those red rocks stacked up, I think are close enough where they'll drag. So if you can hit that outside quarter, you might be able to just pick that yellow one straight off. And actually, you might be able to hit it thin enough to where you double that back, and then all of a sudden you're sitting 3.
Yep.
But they're not going to play that, alas. They're just going to play the boring.
I like the theory, though.
The boring old come right down to it and freeze, which is the right shot.
They're not playing that one either, just so you know.
Oh, they're playing
the double, yeah.
Well, fine. That's all right, too, I guess.
Playing the thin. I think he wants to hit this relatively thin because he wants to spit that yellow one pretty much dead sideways. So to do that, you want to hit it on the side of it.
I think that's a tougher shot.
There we go.
But
Matt's going to play it. This is to lie 4.
That looks like it's a little
just
thick.
3.
It's going to be thick.
Just doesn't want to be too thick.
See, and that's kind of the risk you run with that shot because now that yellow is not going anywhere.
So, Team McLean now. 3 rocks total left. 2 for yellow, 1 more for red. Trying to figure out a way how to get a second one in there or in a position where they can get a second one in there with their last. I think Alex was calling, just try to tap this on the inside, flop in, push the red one back, or remove it. Either way works.
Again, just a little tap. Like honestly, if you hit just the inside of that and kind of chip it, you'll rattle to the center.
Yep,
or jangle, as it were.
Oh.
So we got lots of line. Alex is on the outside to finish it. It seems, and I've actually noticed this. It seems to be this side of the ice. It just hangs a little bit more. Now, keep in mind that when I say it hangs a little bit more, I mean it is only curling 3.5 as opposed to 5 feet. But still, like it's curling everywhere, right? Yep. So I mean, just a little bit less, and they didn't do themselves any favor. I don't know what Becca's looking at here. That rock is not going anywhere. Like,
I think she's trying to see if she can push that yellow enough, if that second red one will drag over in for shot. I almost like the shot that he threw the last time. Now hit the outside of that red and
that's all you have.
Chip it that way.
That is all you have. Or, you know what the real ballsy call is here, Doogie, is you run that center guard straight back.
Think there's a hole there to do
There's
that?
enough of a hole. You have to hit it a centimeter off a nose.
Ooh.
But alas, they're just going to draw down.
I don't think they're doing that one.
Probably not.
Nope.
See, it's always fun to, you never miss a shot from up here, right?
Well,
So-
the beautiful thing, the difficult and beautiful thing about it is that, you don't, in mixed doubles, you don't have the benefit of seeing what the skip is calling and doing that and then just repeating what he's calling. Since the two of them are right there, they're just talking. They're not really showing too many signs, so a lot of guesswork up here sometimes.
Yep.
All right. So,
She's got a lot of line on this one.
think she's drawing in there?
No, I think she's just trying to tap it, but I don't know to what point and purpose. I think after this, we're going to be still one.
Trying to hit the inside of it and slide over that way, maybe?
Yeah. But, I mean...
Yeah. I'm really surprised she didn't come this other way and guard this other side.
I mean... It's still the
it's
same.
there.
It's absolutely. Absolutely. But you just got to throw, like... To quote the immortal Benj Guzman, back T-line weight.
Back T-line.
Back T-line weight. You got to aim small, and miss small, dude.
I
Aim
like
small,
that.
miss small.
Back
Front of the tee, back of the tee. Two totally different things. But as you know, curling is a unique sport where most of the time, front of the tee, great shot, best shot you could have played.
Yeah.
Back of the tee, worst shot you could have
Just
played.
dead there, yes. Well, I was thinking more the back 8-foot variety. Just if you're going to play a little
Sure.
chip off that red, you need a little energy to get all the way in there.
Yeah, I mean, definitely at least back 4. The only thing I worry is if you come a little bit heavy and you hit that a little bit sharp, you might knock your counter out. I mean, you'll still get one, right? But you could knock your counter out.
Derek sweeping
Oh,
like
Derek is
mad,
giving
big
this a
time.
massage.
He wants it.
Deep tissue,
Needs it.
shiatsu, rock
Carry,
massage. Oh,
and
he's
he's
really
trying to
close.
hold the line.
He's close. He's going to overcurl.
Yep,
But
just nicks
it's a
the
fine
guard.
shot.
I think it was short
A
anyway.
fine attempt. It's a good
One
idea.
yellow.
One yellow, yeah.
And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rocks, all either touching the 4-foot or better.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Nice. And the score tied up 1-1 after 2.
Indeed. So, anybody that wants to can send their comments, questions, insults, and conspiracy theories to @FakeMacGuy. I will be answering any questions that anyone has.
If the questions are clean, you could actually email us at webcast@curlwa.org or tweet us at @TESNWA.
Yes, or you can tweet us dirty questions and we'll just clean them up and take creative liberties.
There we go. All right.
So,
Rocks positioned,
rocks are positioned, curlers are positioned,
such as they are.
such as they are, and we're underway. You get 24 glorious minutes of thinking time, which, if you're not familiar with thinking time, you are only your clock is only running when it is your shot and you have not thrown yet. So once you are past the back line, your clock is stopped. And then once this rock comes to rest, and Alex looks like she's got a pretty nice shot here, they're just going to finish it off and suck it right on the button. And now the Hamilton's clock will start.
And the reason we have not made any mention of the time clocks in any of our broadcasts is from where we're sitting, we can't see them.
We can't see them.
So we have no idea how much time's left.
Yep. Neither does anyone, really, do
Yeah.
they, Doogie? If you think about it.
But honestly,
We're all
since we just like talking about other things besides curling, we really have no time to talk about the time clock as it is anyway.
It's true, but
So.
I mean, really, if you think about it, like nobody knows how much time they have left. If you think about it,
Well
I
done.
mean,
Yeah.
you know, we're all just wandering around trying to make the best of it,
Play
doing things that please us.
Play as long as
while
we can.
have-
That's
play
right.
as long as you can,
Yep.
and then absolutely.
Yep. Maybe we should get more teams in this next year,
I
since
guess,
nobody
yeah.
knows how much time.
Yeah,
they have
absolutely.
left.
Yeah, it's true. What we're trying to say is, if you're not curling in this event, what are you doing with your life?
What are you doing? That's right.
Which is a question I ask myself all the time curling.
And you are curling in this event.
I was curling in this event, and I did ask myself, what am I doing with my life?
Exactly. All right. Meanwhile, missed a good shot by Team Hamilton.
Yep.
Chip that yellow out aside a little bit.
Hanging out. It is still shot.
Yep.
But it's in an unprotected position. And Alex vigorously sweeping it. So
it's a little light.
It is a little light, but light's pro side here. Almost all the time, light is pro side. But actually, in fact, if I was them, I wouldn't have cleaned that so much, because now you can see the outside of that.
Except when you're trying to make a hit. Then light of the rings is.
Well, you'd know all about that.
I
right,
would.
Judy?
I would. I've thrown many hits that haven't quite reached the rings. That's for sure. Early in my career. Now I can get that thing all the way to the board at times.
It's true. You learn the ways of Stu Beck.
Mm-hmm. All right. Team Hamilton now.
So they look like I think they're just going to try and tap theirs up to counting stone.
Might try to play that red-yellow combination again, or could just tap their red in just a little bit closer.
Either one is good.
In turn, Rebecca Hamilton is
and they must be
watching this one.
Still
for
a
now.
lot of line, you know. So
just trying to get it to turn. Is not gonna quite do it. Just skates past, skates deep.
And that just glides. And so, just like I mentioned with Alex Carlson a little bit earlier, Matt Hamilton is somebody that does have a very proactive handle. Which is ideal, and I mean that is the kind of release that you generally want. And I mean the results speak for themselves. They're bronze medalists last year's World Men's, but on this ice it can really make the difference between that rock stopping top four and that rock hitting the hack. So a little bit too much weight. Derek is gonna try to lock that one off.
Just a straight guard on this one, then?
I think so. It looks like it. Although, if I was them, I'd switch around and close that off a little bit more, and they heard me. So, yeah, looks like they're just...
Pull this over, close the hole.
Yep, that's a great shot.
Yep.
It's a fine shot by Derek. Blocks the path.
Yep. All right. Now...
So...
Tougher to get that yellow one out going the out-turn direction. He's got a red catcher back there.
But... this is a shot where this is the perfect kind of shot for like a hack weight, a little hack weight, even if you throw back line. Shoot, even as Matt's motioning, even if you kiss off yours just a little bit, you're still probably going to be sitting 3. You have both paths to the button effectively blocked off. You don't really leave yourself a double vulnerability.
You think he's throwing hack weight and trying to hit the inside of this rock still?
Yeah, I think if he gets to... I don't know if he can get to the inside, but if he gets to nose, that would be a plus shot.
Okay.
Although I don't know if he dares throw any more than backline. I mean, you'll get a good late movement, but you know, it's one of those, you know, if you're an inch outside, it's a disaster. If you're right on the nose, it's a peach.
Rocks away, out turn.
This has got a ton of line, too.
Just the inside
Everyone
of this rock.
was just taking a little bit more line than they need to.
This one will curl. We've noticed all week that this out turn on sheet 3 going away, if you leave it alone long enough, it will curl at the end.
It's going to get almost to there, but that is definitely not what they're hoping to accomplish. And if I was Derek, I would just throw a guard and say thank you. And please don't run this back.
Now you can see there is a little daylight between that red and that yellow guard, maybe an inch or so. Is there ever a chance where you try to hit the inside of that and just flop over again? Kind of the same shot that Matt just tried? Danger for sure. You hit it on the outside. That's
it's a risky shot. I mean, the idea is that you don't have the hammer.
Yeah.
And especially because you only have 5 shots, if you try to get too cute and you make a shot for the other team, it's 2 misses, but then because it's even like mixed doubles curling, it's almost like 2.5 misses.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean,
And
just because you don't have a lot of time to fix it. You
Yep.
know, like
Agreed.
you know, you try to peel something, you nose it, you throw the peel of shame next time. You know,
Right.
no big deal. And in mixed curling or mixed doubles curling, you're really in a bad way if you don't execute those cute shots.
Yep. So we got 4 rocks left. Team McLean, Carlson discussing the options, which is the same thing we just talking about here. Just risk reward of playing that shot. It's the shot if you can make it, but there's a lot of downside to it if you don't hit it perfectly. So
Yeah.
you're right. He
And
might just be playing a guard here and trying to save that one little lonely yellow rock.
the big thing that they have going for them is that there's about 4 or 5 feet of separation in between the last guard they have to clear and the rock that they want to hit. And especially with freshly scratched rocks like this, that's where you really can make your hay, is in those last few feet. And this is looking like pretty good. In fact, if I was Alex, I'd clean this a hair.
Mm-hmm. It will come over.
So now it's starting to bend, and here she goes. That's fine. Need to get on it about 5 feet sooner,
Good
but
time.
again, you make all your shots up here.
Little bounce off the yellow, but as long as you stop.
All
right.
Actually, that's okay.
Yep.
That's okay, too.
High enough. Tough one to play.
Yeah, I mean, that is fine just because their rock is in a pretty favorable position from this point that it just jams everywhere.
Yep.
But even so, you know, Red has 2 shots left, and, you know, they might just say, well, kill it with fire, you know, let's just try to see if we can get something out of this and try again next end.
So Matt Hamilton has 1 more rock to throw for himself, and Alex will throw McLean's last shot, then Rebecca will throw Skip Stone. Can't even call them Skip Stones. They're Skip Stone because you're only throwing 1.
Yeah,
at the end,
that's
right?
true. Singular stone.
And if you're M, sometimes you don't even get to do that.
That's true. I know. I think you can agree it's always a bad call to have M throw less stones. She's much better at throwing rocks than I am, for sure.
All right, Matt Hamilton. He's playing
He's playing the.
It's light, whatever he's playing. Playing a little
he's playing
pushback,
pretty
yellow,
good.
red,
Yeah,
yellow.
He's playing a little. Boy, he's way outside. Whatever he's playing now, whatever he was playing, now he's playing the Flash.
Rock coming over now. Make contact. Just makes contact with the outside of the yellow. Pushes it towards the center.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Boy.
Definitely putting a guard on this one now.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Won't want this one in the rings either. This one we want to pull up short. Can definitely protect the outside. Wants probably to split the 4-foot here. Looking for a 2.5 to 3 guard here. Team Carlson now looking to replace that guard, although this one is, I think, called a little higher. They want this short of the rings. They don't want to give Team Hamilton that same shot that they just attempted. Rocks away. Ideally, you'd like to split the 4-foot with this.
Boy.
Derek.
That's over and off, guys. Over and off. You need to throw some sand in front of that puppy.
May over curl a bit.
They throw some sand in front of that puppy.
Maybe trying to sweep it now for a bounce and roll to the outside.
Bounce is
Very
real
nice.
good.
Plan B.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
boy, I got a good roll at the end there, didn't
Oh boy!
it? Really good roll.
That's what you call the Paul Pustovar spin, right there.
Okay, I don't know if you can move that yellow-red now. That yellow is so close to the red. I don't know if you can hit enough of the inside in order to hit enough of the red on the outside.
All right. So what is the? Let's cutting to the point. What's the easiest way they can get their one here? So they're gonna have to go. Here's what they do, Doogie.
All right, I like it. Let's hear it.
Here's what they do. They gotta run their top guard back, like the top one on the 4-foot line.
The yellow one.
The yellow one.
Yep.
And they got to hit that a centimeter off a nose.
Oof.
To pick that for 3.
Pick. They can't pick that. That's not getting past the red.
Oh, absolutely it is. No.
There's a red one in the way.
Oh, no, you got to run that one back.
Yellow into the red.
Yellow into the red.
All right.
Red sticks. The yellow, your run back rock spins off, and you said 3. Piece
double
of cake.
raise beak.
Angle double raise beak.
Angle double raise beak.
Can of corn.
Right. And you want the yellow after it hits the red to
spin
off a little bit so you can count your back one.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
I like it. Give this, one chance in 2?
Sure. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a can of corn. This is just kick and let it go.
All right.
Oh, my God. If they're playing this, I'm going to be so
They're
pleased.
totally playing this. It's the only shot they have.
I think so.
Yep. In turn, you heard it. Angle, double raise.
Oh, they're close.
Beak.
They're
I think it needed more weight.
Oh, no, they're fine. They're fine. This is going to be a
hits it on the outside. Hits it just a little bit too thin. Boy, good try.
Why are you so good at sweeping, Matt Hamilton? You're too good.
There we go.
There's a reason they changed the rules. So, in between this, in between the ends, Doogie, do you remember significant? What would you say is probably the most significant pop culture moment that you remember in your life? Is it like the Challenger exploding, or is it like?
Oh my gosh!
The
most significant?
Most significant.
Oy, no idea.
No idea.
No idea at all.
Okay.
0.
Well, so just along those lines, I remember.
I got nothing.
Well, in line with significant moments of your life that you'll never forget.
I think winning the club championships in 2000.
There you go. See, that's great.
Yeah,
that's perfect. Yes. So just like that, the organizing committee is excited to announce that you can now purchase tickets for the 2017 U.S. Curling National Championships in Everett.
Oh, right.
Did
up
you know
there.
that, Doogie?
1A and 1B.
Now you know,
yeah.
and you'll never forget, right?
Yes, I won't now.
And you'll definitely won't forget that it's being held February 11th through the 18th in 2017 at the Xfinity Arena in Everett, Washington. Hosted by the Granite Curling Club. Who better, right?
Absolutely.
Prices are going to range from 10 to it's either $35 or $75. I assume for $25. How is that a 2? Anyways, so when you buy that ticket, Doogie, it's good all day. You can stay all day. Literally, you can never leave. You can just shower in the locker room, sleep in the stands. And just be a vagabond, be a curling vagabond.
I've actually done both of those at that arena. So,
playoff and all event discounts are available. So, in order to cash in on this momentous event, you need to go to http://www.usacurlingnationals2017.com for details.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good selfish plug. That was well done.
I don't have anything to do with it. So, anyways, while we were talking about that, 2 really excellent shots. In fact, if you want to talk about how to make a shot.
Yeah. Good thing we didn't talk about either one of them.
I know, right? Well, hey, listen, curling shots come and go, but the 2017 U.S. Curling Nationals in Everett, it's a once-in-a-lifetime event.
Pop culture, yeah.
Yeah. Listen, my dad said he'll never forget where he was when he found out President Kennedy was assassinated. I'll never forget where I was when I found out that tickets are available for the 2017 USA Curling Nationals.
There we go. Might want to get on this one. This
yeah,
rock
you
curl.
Gotta curl. You gotta go.
Carlson now may have waited a hair too long to start sweeping, and it does. It does.
It's true.
Hard. Yep. All right, so we had two great starting shots to start this end. Perfect freeze by Alex Carlson with her first on the back red Hamilton stone. Then Rebecca Hamilton said, okay, my turn, and put one right on top of the Carlson stone. And then we just saw Mr. McLean just rub that center guard, roll into a corner guard position, although there is still, I believe, a port there if you need it.
Ooh, boy, that's if you need it.
If you need it.
If you need it.
You see, I chose my words carefully
That's
there.
that's very wise of you.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Matt Hamilton now, we both believe he's going to throw, he's lining up for the intern. So.
He is, yeah. He's going right for it.
So it sounds like they need it, right?
Needs it. He needs it.
Needs it right now. Here it comes.
Boy,
You might be thinking that he has to
hair.
throw.
Oh boy, he's a hair wide.
Well, he's thinking he had to throw a little weight on it so it didn't overcurl to make that port, which
Well,
it
he's
will
going to be
do.
just fine. Yeah, no, that's
right
a
down
pistol.
the center. See, he
That
needed it.
is a pistol. He
Very
needed
nice.
it.
And you thought that wasn't there.
Oh, I thought it was there. I just thought it was a difficult shot, and it was.
Well,
he
not
made
for,
it.
not for him.
Well, I mean, look at that mustache.
Yeah.
He can make any shot he wants.
Rock star. Never mind the pun.
Ha! I see what you did there.
Yeah, you like that?
That was very good.
I was waiting all week to actually use that.
You haven't used that one yet?
Yeah, nope, that's first.
Wow.
Seemed to flow seamless into
your
the
playoff game?
conversation. I don't know. I haven't written it yet. Okay.
So Derek, I think, is
Derek McLean. He also needs
he needs
to
it.
go
Well, now he needs it. It was a luxury for Hamilton's, but now
It is a
Derek
need
Derek
now.
needs to make that
Yes.
exact same shot,
There we go.
and he needs to sit right on top of it.
He's throwing the out turn.
No,
He doesn't need it.
I guess not. He's-
Doesn't need it yet. Looking to freeze.
You could make honestly, angle here is good. Angle freeze here is good.
Yep.
Straight freeze is good. They're pretty close. That's
Straight
just
freeze.
nice, easy, clean.
Angle. I might want to be sweeping this
Yeah,
again.
I wouldn't.
Whoop,
I was
girl.
gonna say that's.
Here it
she's
comes.
Fine. Yeah,
Oh,
we got to
she's-
go though. But I was gonna say I wouldn't have switched on that one this quickly. But again,
Pulling it in there.
I make every shot from up here.
All right.
That's
So,
fine. That's just fine.
Do you think he needs to make that shot again?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think he needs to make that shot again?
I think he needs to make that shot with 4 feet more weight,
it is there.
and I think Becca needs to sweep it
She's
or
on
at
the
least clean it the whole way.
All right. She better skate down there then.
We gotta hurry up.
Talking about drawing the outside now
Yeah,
around.
but the outside's not gonna get you 3. You gotta
Agreed.
go hard.
Agreed. Is there ever a thing where you would try to play that shot and maybe make sure you hit that corner guard just in case? Clear that corner?
They just need a quick one.
All right. Well, they're going to go around the one that
And they're throwing a. What is? I mean, are they just punting on this? I don't know. Seems like a ton of weight.
yeah, I don't think he was calling the throw through.
No, I don't think so. I think he was bamboozled.
Yeah. My team thinks I am calling the throw through for some reason. They do that a lot.
Well,
But I have to come up with obviously a different sign of tapping the forefoot because for some reason my team thinks that means to go ahead and throw it through.
I think we can both agree the best strategy is to say definitely don't throw this one through, guys.
Right.
That always
Well,
motivates.
they get mad at me when I call it, tell them things like that though. They get a little testy for some reason.
Your team is sensitive, though.
That's for sure. Yeah, if you can't take me yelling at you after every shot, yeah, you have no business being on my team. That's my attitude. Seems like I don't have a lot of guys lined up to want to play on my team for some reason.
I don't know
Yeah.
why. Yeah, you could always have me. I'll play with you, Doogie.
Yeah, you're willing to get yelled at every shot?
Sure.
Okay, even on the made ones.
I play with my wife. What are you talking about?
Oh, I hope she didn't hear that.
She knows.
Oy. That's
I
not-
deserve it.
That's not going to go over well.
I deserve it.
All right.
Listen, if you curled with me, you would yell at me every shot. Trust me.
All right. Another intern. Try to stack this on top, or
They're just throwing the come around, which
maybe they're just throwing a guard.
Insane to me.
I think they're just throwing a guard.
What
is the come around going to do?
I don't know, but
I think it's a guard.
I think you're right.
Just needs to pull this over, cover that need to go through hole, which is what they have done. Very nice. Okay, what are they lying here? Red just lying 1? Red lies 2, we think? Looking at the screen.
It's 1 red for sure. I think it's 2 red. If I was a betting man, and I'm not, but if I was a betting man, I would say red's 2.
So you think Derek is conceding potentially the 2 with the throwing a guard there?
I think, yes. I think he is.
There we go. Team Hamilton now has 2 more rocks. Team McLean 1 more. Talking about how to clear this out in front and maybe give themselves an opportunity to score more than the 2. If they are indeed lying 2.
Yeah, it's close. It's a measure, but
the nice thing that he's got is the way those reds are. If you make any kind of contact, it seems like from any angle with any color, red's gonna be lying 2 after this shot.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? Even if he, you know what? If I was him, I'd try to see if I could just throw the triple peel.
There we go.
And then Derek can only throw 1 guard.
Yep.
And like you said, all you have to do is just catch a piece of that red anywhere on the face of that red, and you're gonna get that yellow one out somewhere.
Yep. They open up some draw opportunities with their last to score their 3 that way.
He's definitely throwing the triple peel because this is a
wants to hit it thin.
Oh, that's not quite what he was hoping for.
Quite hit it thin enough to get the action that he was
needed
looking
a hair
for
more.
there.
Yep.
All right, Derek McLean now going to guard the draw for 3. So that's what he's guarding against.
Yes, he is.
But if you put it there, that's not going to guard against the draw for 3. It guards against the run back for 3, which there is no run back for 3. So
it's all
I'm
Yellowstone.
Not so sure. Maybe he thinks red only lies 1. I could see this if red's only lying 1, because then red can't drive a yellow one back to score their deuce. This doesn't make any sense to me if red's already lying 2, because he's not going to run a yellow one back anyway. He's going to draw around the corner. So that tells me, this move tells me right there that red only lies 1.
That makes sense to me.
It's a logic problem.
I could run down and ask him.
Nope, we got it. Now, if they hang at 2 after this, then I'm going to go run to Mr. McLean and say, okay, we're going to call timeout. Call a timeout. Talk to your coach.
Derek, what the hell were you doing?
What was that? What were you going to say? All right. 1 more guard. Needs to curl a bunch here. He's trying to guard both yellow run.
Well, they're really close. They're really close. That's going to be a peach.
Boy, he's pretty confident that was going to be all right, wasn't he? He wasn't even really in
that was a great shot.
Sweeping position there, was he?
That was a good throw. That was a good read by the sweeper.
Okay.
That was a good result.
And they are ignoring the draw, so they're only lying 1.
Yeah, they got to be. Yep, you're right. When you're right, Doogie.
I still think even in that case, I think the draw here is almost easier to get your deuce, isn't it, than trying to run some kind of angle back?
I think so.
But shows you what I know because they're not playing it.
I think it's a personal preference thing, too. If you got a lot of confidence that you can beak it where you want to, then, you like we said before, you just got to catch any sliver of that red.
And I would totally agree with you if she didn't just with her very first rock and in mixed doubles just throw that thing right to the button, right dead frozen on top of that thing. So
absolutely. Yeah,
got
absolutely.
Her way.
But that's kind of one of the problems is that, you throw a pistol with your first one, right?
Yep.
And then you take 4 shots off.
True.
Like, it's
3 shots. 3 shots for both teams, 4 for yours.
Yeah, 4 for my team. Yeah, exactly.
Trying to hit this on the outside.
Oh, they're so close. So close.
It's the outside. Oh, they moved that back yellow one. That might be enough.
You got to be kidding.
That might be enough.
That might be enough. It was 2 inches it moved.
Ooh. And sideways.
We got to measure it. Yeah, straight sideways.
Oh,
kicking it.
Wow,
off.
Just enough.
Just
what a
enough
fantastic
for 2.
shot.
Well done. I think that was, it must have been sin. Whew.
All right, 2 for Team Hamilton here on the 4th. What a fantastic shot that was.
Yep.
Take a 3-2 lead heading into the 5th.
It was a barn burner.
Seeing how they're setting up the rocks now, explain to me the power play theory. As far as every team I've seen use the power play, I haven't seen a single team use it until at least the 5th end. And most were later than that.
Yes. Well, the power play is definitely something you want to bank. And it can be used for a number of reasons. If you're leading, it can be to try to get the action away from the center and just kind of play a more wide open style. If you're struggling a little bit and you have the first team throwing is constantly locking one on the button, you kind of change angles a little bit. One thing that I've noticed that I think is really fascinating is that there's kind of 4 schools of thought with what you could do with the power play. The first thing you can do is freeze down to the shot rock. Second thing you can do is throw up a center guard. You could draw top 4, or which is becoming increasingly popular, you tick that corner guard and try to roll it on.
Roll that on and roll your shooter off. Yep, seen that.
But whatever you choose, the unique thing I've noticed about the power play is whatever you choose, from the very first stone, you're married to whatever you want to accomplish. Like you usually, you throw 2 rocks, and if things aren't looking good, you press the bail button. But if 2 rocks and things aren't looking good with the power play, if you bail, it's probably going to be worse.
Okay. One thought that came to mind with that, you see a lot of teams using it when they're down a bunch.
Excellent shot by Alex Carlson.
Have you ever seen a team try to use it early in order to get ahead by a bunch, potentially?
I'll be honest, I have not.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Usually it's kind of something that you want to have in your pocket.
Okay. Save it for when you're down 5. Huh?
Save it for when you're down. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just say you're struggling a little bit and, you're down by 4. And then you power play and you score 5. And then, you steal 1, and then you steal another 1, and you win the game. That's sometimes.
There we go.
Sometimes you need to do that.
All righty.
Smart teams do that.
Got it. All right.
And Matt looks a little heavy.
With his first looking to just freeze right in the pocket.
Off, though.
Had a beautiful pocket there he was looking to freeze into. I don't think he was really trying to move those rocks around. That was a pretty nice little wall to draw into.
Mm-hmm. This is honestly, I'd be honest, this is a setup that you just salivate over for mixed doubles. You got a wide target, hard to be wide.
Yep.
Hard to be heavy. You basically, a wise person once told me in curling, you just don't be wide.
Are you talking about him again?
No.
Is this from somebody else?
Somebody else, but
okay.
She subscribes to this theory as well.
Fair enough.
You don't be wide, you don't be heavy, you don't be light, you don't be
short.
Narrow. Short, and you're fine. And
there
so if all you have to do is, and he's still on heat at this, what do I know?
Boy.
The way I figure, if all you have to do is not be narrow, you've cut down on 3 of your 4.
Yep. I think he's just trying to hit this pretty
he's actually has got a good shot here. He's got a great shot. Look at that.
There we go.
What a great shot.
A lot of ways to make the freeze.
Yeah, a lot of ways to make
just come off a corner one and just float right in there.
Yeah, sometimes you just draw right down to it, and sometimes you throw normal weight and hit over. That's probably firm, actually. Threw a rocket at that.
That's a heck of a shot.
Fine shot.
All right. Team Hamilton now, with the way those rocks are set up, that yellow one is on a corner of the red. He might be able to access this with the in turn and actually bounce this yellow, the top yellow that's on the button there, and might be able to spill it over the top, those other 2. He will lose his red in this case.
Yep. But you got to get that one that Derek just threw off the button.
Mm-hmm.
That's priority number 1.
Just looking to freeze it, I think. Tough 2 rocket. It's tough to get out of there with the first shot anyway.
You know, these are two really smart teams.
Yep.
And they're still taking a lot of ice. And I'm wondering if that this is not just curling a hair less just because those freshly scratched rocks might be wearing in just a touch.
All right. That yellow one now is in a really good spot for Team McLean.
Yeah, I mean, and it's their shot. And, I mean, even if you come right down on that perfect,
yep,
you're not going to get shot because the pin's covered.
Yeah, McLean might put it one on top of his own.
Absolutely.
To sit right on top of it. Top
Might as
here.
well. Might as well.
Don't know if coming off the red, you could think about coming off the red and flopping in again, but I don't know if that really helps him here because that'd give Hamilton kind of a pocket, even though it wouldn't be shot, but give him something to kind of cut the damage down.
That's cute. That's a pretty nervy shot.
All right, Team McLean. I believe
like
they're going to try to freeze their own.
I think so. That's the wise
We're
play.
at consensus with that.
I think so.
So the chances of us being right are about
50%.
I would have said 12%.
No, 50%. Oh, they're going to do exactly what we said.
You're giving us a lot of credit here. Out turn. Alex
Looking
Carlson
pretty good
now. Yes. Sweeping this one, switching sides.
This is the side, as you said, that is reliably curled all weekend long. And here
both
it goes
in there now.
Bending. Look at that thing bend.
Coming in.
Sweeping.
Wants to get all the way to his own. No need to be short here.
Oh, he's got to get there. Opportunity missed.
Okay. Comes in, pulls up in the top 8 foot. There is a avenue with the in turn now to do that same attempted freeze. Gonna try to freeze the top of that yellow. May not get shot, but if it doesn't, if he wedges that thing in there pretty good, then it's going to be tough for Team McLean to score more than the one. We got 4 rocks left, though. Big shot here, looking for the in-turn freeze. Does not want to give Derek another swing at trying to get one in there.
Yep. And these are often, this is the shot that's the end maker or breaker. If you can lock this on, it's pretty hard to do much of anything if you're Derek. And
needs this rock to curl.
But it's not curling. They're just taking too much ice.
Coming in there, it's coming in there heavy too. Gonna come in, hit his own
Come in,
red.
bounce away, and he's even left them an avenue to sneak in there for 2. And he knows it.
Still the same thing. Talking about freezing the corner of the red. I don't know. That might make it easier for red to actually get that out of there. I think he's better off freezing his own than it is freezing that corner red. I think he wants to get all the way to his button shot again here.
And yeah, just a nice and easy, just to draw to the center.
All right, coming at it with the in-turn this time. 3 rocks left in the end.
And just getting ready here. This is playing. Seems like they seem like they're playing quite a bit.
Could be coming off that red a little bit. Play a little chip off of that outside.
We got a lot of weight for that, though. Never. What are you doing? Never. Just leave it alone.
Hit the outside of this red. Roll away. All right.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
couldn't have been the shot call.
That's not the shot call, and that's.
We don't think.
And now might be Becca's. This Becca's last one? I think so.
Yes, indeed.
What do you think about the double?
Certainly there. Absolutely.
You kick that out. You probably spin to the top of the button.
I don't think it puts the problem is where that red one's going to end up. If she
probably
makes the double, it's not a great spot for her because if she gets on that center line side. I think Derek might be able to come down with maybe somewhat of a heater here and remove some reds.
Yeah, click them out for.
I think you're almost easier. Just freeze the top of it. What's wrong with that? You freeze that yellow one right where it is. You can even bump it back a little bit, get shot out of this. I don't think Alex is going to have much on her last.
Yep, if you can bump this a foot,
yeah,
it's a great shot.
Playing a hit. All right, so they're playing the double. Here we go.
She has got too much
and
line.
Hit this relatively thick.
That is just going to sail. Yep.
All right.
And that's just like I said. It's just when you play those upper weights, you basically need to take a centimeter outside of where you want to hit it and just go for it.
Yep. Okay, Team McLean now. Alex Carlson going to throw their last. This is an attempt to score 2. She could come down to the red and get it. She could just draw to her own and get it. Not really any avenue to hit that red out of there and get more than 2. So if it's a perfect weight, he'll just take it right to the button. If it's hair outside, a little heavy, they'll come down to the red. Got a couple avenues here to get their 2. Walks away. Derek sweeping right away. Now he's off. Just kind of a heavy clean. Now he's off completely. Trying to figure out which side to sweep.
That's going to come in pretty nice, though.
Yep, looks good. He's right there.
He's
ready.
You just got to let it curl up as much as you can, Derek.
Yeah. Coming over now, coming in. If it hits the red, you're good.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
Yep, there we go.
Shot.
2 yellow, very nice.
2 yellow.
So, Team Carlson McLean scored 2 here in the 5th. Take a
4-2-3.
4-3 lead. After 5, 3 ends left. Good game. I would love something. Vodka, tonic. Thank you. Oh, no, you don't have one.
It's not a...
The hell is that supposed to mean, Scott? So, we are 5 ends played. We've got 4-3. It's been actually a very, very skillfully played game.
Except for the first end.
First end was a bit of a throwaway, but you know what? You just get all your misses out of the way for the fans.
That's right. There we go.
1,000 years ago, Doogie, I'm sure you remembered back in the days before thinking time, you used to just hit out the first 2 ends, break in the ice, and save a little time on the clock. A little bit of a wobbly delivery from Alex, but online the weight looks all right. So we don't do that anymore, though. We just get right at it.
Yep. Okay, Derek McLean now sweeping this. Now he's going to wait. Get this rock to curl a little bit.
A little heavy. He's going to slide to the back 8, it looks like.
Throw some grass in front of that one. Comes down, lines up right next to the red.
You ever thrown grass in front of a rock before?
Not as far as you know.
It's true. I've never seen it.
Good. Perfect. It's working perfectly then.
Yep.
Out, turn, draw. Could make a play on that yellow. Just push it back, flop over. You could just draw in. Either one works. Going to have to get on this to get around the guard.
I got to say, I'm actually very impressed with the switching skills, even though this is going to be tight. It was a little tight on her hand. He really needed to sweep that the whole way.
Yep.
But at the same time, that was lightning quick switching between the finishing and holding stance.
And he's created 2 corners, and they have the hammer, so.
Looks at his hand like he's got a bit of a blister, which is understandable after a long weekend of mixed doubles curling action.
Team McLean now cannot remove that red stone yet.
And this is one of
remove it.
And this is one of the wrinkles. I've played at least 2 people where they'll play the hit on this rock, and I say, well, we have to put that back. And they say, but it's in the house. And I say, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah. Did you tell them that before they took a swing at it or right after?
No, it's not my job. They need to know the rules.
There we go. Let that be a lesson to you.
That's right.
All right, so he is going to make a play on the red, but he's not going to remove it.
And he's going to
trying to move it.
By. That's going to be a good shot if Alex wants to finish it.
Freeze tap. He's going to freeze.
He's over curling, but that's a nice shot. That's
it was really tough to throw just a straight draw in there with the way those guards were. I thought he'd come down with a little bit and maybe just push it out of there.
That's about as nice as you can make that.
For the draw.
For the draw.
Right.
That's about as good as you can throw it.
Yep. So we got a couple options here. You could use those two as a pocket, try to go in there. You could play a double here and try to keep this end relatively clear. You got your corners. You might be able to generate from there.
At this point, you got to kind of punt on your back rock. That rock's not going to be around at the end of this.
Oh, yeah.
So you just play for...
Wouldn't you say more times than not, though, that rock position at the beginning doesn't end up being part of the scoring system?
Almost always.
Yeah.
Almost always.
Yep.
But it's surprising how many people will be like, well, we were sitting second shot behind the tee line. And you go, well, yeah.
That's not going to do you any good.
Yes, you are.
That's as good as it's going to get.
Here's a sticker.
Yeah.
You get a sticker.
And you didn't even have to throw that one.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I throw my draws anyways.
All right. So Matt Hamilton comes into the pile, pushes the yellow back a bit.
It's really a fine shot by Matt. Actually, really, the execution level of this game since the first 10 has been just really excellent.
Yeah, I just don't think he wanted to push it quite that far because I think Derek can spill both. Well, he's not going to try to spill them both. He's going to try to sit on it.
Well,
I think I'd have been tempted to throw the heater at those two reds at this point.
Yeah, but even if you nose it, then you leave a tailor-made double for them, and then you're just kind of farting around. But anything, it would have been better than this. And it just got a little wide on him.
Yep.
It was the weight was right. If you look, I mean, the weight was probably about where he wanted to go, but just didn't curl up like he thought. And that's kind of been the straight side of the sheet too.
Agreed. I think they've created another need to path over there.
Yes,
hole need.
You need it.
Need the hole.
Indeed.
All right. Matt Hamilton now looking to come down to his two reds. Freeze his top one. Rebecca Hamilton now sweeping early and make sure it stays on course. It is. Going to want this one to turn. Going to want this one to slow down. Doesn't really want to roll away here. Wanted that on top of the pile, but it's going to be a little heavy and behind the tee line.
You know, that's a usable shot, though.
Is it?
I think so. Because that's a lonely yellow rock hanging out the side there.
Yeah. I think it's going to be joined by another lonely rock, and it will no longer be lonely.
Indeed.
Everybody needs a buddy.
Everybody. And
going through the need to hole.
It's a great term. The need to hole.
Coming in turn, trying to get right to that red stone, sit right on top of that. You hit it a little bit, fine.
I don't know why Alex is on this so much. They're not off that guard yet.
She knows it's going to curl, or more likely she hopes it's going to curl. Oh. You're right. Just needed to be off that a little bit, get a little more curl out of that.
I mean, listen, if anybody understands like being a little antsy and over sweeping somebody, it's me. So like I can identify those scenarios.
Boy, you and Lisa should
quick.
talk. Boy.
We do. We talk.
Oh my gosh.
We talk all the time about how light you come up in the house.
Oh yeah, right.
That's what we talk about.
Is. That rock ends at back 8.
I think one of my favorite moments,
and way off to the side.
I think one of my favorite moments was a couple years ago watching you guys. She overswept one of your shots, and she said, well, you can't win the D event of the April Spiel if you're not in it. And 12 hours later, by God, you guys had won the D event of the April Spiel.
Good times, good times.
So Matt looks like he's going to come down and just try to jangle that, push it out a little bit. And he's got a little bit of... No, he's good. His line's fine. He's just coming down. Looks like back line. Back line hack.
Coming down, wants to come right to his. Just freeze the top, would be fine. Doesn't want to move it too much. Not going to. That looks pretty darn good right there.
Just fine.
Sits right on top of his own.
1, 2.
All right. How many rocks? I always have to do the math because you got rocks all over the place.
2 rocks remaining.
2 rocks remaining. 1 red, or 1 yellow, 1 red.
1 yellow, 1 red.
What do we got here? Red's lying 2.
Red's line 2. Red is 1, 2.
And they are in front
4,
of the
5.
yellow one. Yep.
So this is going to be a little bit of a tricky shot. It's kind of interesting. You could do a couple different things here. I honestly don't mind maybe throwing a little bit of weight at this. Kind of hit just an inch off the nose on the left side of that red. Kind of squirt that out and then sit on guarding yours on the other side. What do you think about that, Doogie?
Say that again. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
Story of my life. I think they're actually throwing this. They're going to try to just bop that top red one and then just roll over to guarding theirs.
Okay.
And they're looking like they've got it. That's pretty... Yeah, that's pretty,
Very nice.
pretty much exactly... A little less roll
All right.
maybe, but that's
Red
just
is
fine.
lying 1 now. They're trying to see if yellow is lying second and third or just second. But I don't think it's going to matter either way because I don't think you can come at it that direction anyway.
I don't think so either.
Okay, so now they're talking about playing the out turn. This is the reason they were trying to look at that top yellow stone and that back red to see if they come at it with the out turn and they can make a little play on second count if they're going to be getting
that's
3.
that's the smart play here. You just got to stab that one a little bit, just a little shank.
So we just need to figure out if this is for 3 or for 2.
Oof. I think
we don't know.
the two will be dependent on the shooter, right? I
Yes,
think you
if
got
you keep your shooter around.
You got to throw just pure back 4 weight.
Just a hair more than back T line?
Just a hair more than back T.
Yeah. Out turn. Trying to come in, tap their
I think they're
red
close.
that is on the button into the yellow.
They might have a little. I think they're close.
That needs to curl.
Got to curl though.
Matt now going to sweep the outside, try to get this rock to curl up a little bit.
It's not going to make it. It's not going to make it there.
Hit the
That's fine.
Side of the red.
All right. Well, 1 red.
One
Red takes 1.
Yep. So tied up after 6. Hammer to Team McLean. And are they going to save the keep that thing in the pocket again? The power play. Keep it for after the
Definitely
10th end. Use it for the fan zone. What?
I think so. I think you want to hold on to this. You're tied with, and here's what you do. You're tied with. If you score in this end, obviously you're going to be, up 1 or 2 or however many without, which is a fine position to be in. And
Never have used it.
Right? Yeah, never have used it.
Okay.
Or you give up 1 or however many, and then you use it for your last end.
All right. Okay.
So, and often what I've found is I think one of the big wrinkles is that you're essentially trying to draw the button every time, which means that you take a very specific path to get there. And then when you're trying to throw something to the wings, you're throwing across a path with significantly more pebble and glide.
Okay.
Which I've seen a lot of times kind of catches people off guards.
All right.
That's a really good shot.
Pushed it back.
That's
Did not remove it. That is a
Did
legal
not.
shot.
Yep. It's a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
Gotta give credit.
Yeah. I think Team McLean would be all right with that too, though. They're still sitting in the rings. It's way back in the corner. They don't want to see a lot of rocks gather right around that 4-foot area, right?
No, they don't. And especially since Hamilton's rock is behind the tee.
Yep.
The crucial part I was going to say is this rock being above tee.
Yep.
But this is a hot rocket.
Wants to stick around.
There's an opportunity lost right there.
Slides through. Rebecca Hamilton trying to remove it. Yes, sweeps it enough. Gets it out of play. All right. Game on.
Yep.
Matt Hamilton now will try to attempt the same. Try to get, full 4 foot right around
I
that
think
center
so.
guard?
This is where you sit top tee.
Top tee. There we go. I like it. In turn. Draw.
Seems like a pretty good shot. This one's going to slide a little bit too. And Matt kind of puts a grimace on his face and goes, missed it. Because that'll be
quicker over there.
Good enough for second shot, but you gotta be in front of the tee line in this situation. That's one of those. Even if you're fully exposed, just having that in front of the tee line is so important.
Yep. Lion 1-2 now. Ever a chance that you peel here? Would you ever want to peel at this point? You don't see a lot of early peeling. And
well, one thing you got to keep in mind too is that if you blank an end, you give up the hammer. You do not retain.
Got it.
So unless you're trying to just stem the bleeding, often the peel is not what you want to do.
All right, trying to hit the outside of this, make the double then, or
And
you could hit the
there.
inside, roll behind. Oh, just missed it.
Oof.
I think they definitely were playing the double there.
They
You
were
don't want to roll
definitely-
behind
No,
when you're behind the tee line there. So
They were definitely playing that double, and they missed it by a hair. So
Team Hamilton now.
now they're going to try to do the exact same thing. They said anything you can do, I can do, hopefully better. But that rock's floating forever. That's going to be...
Team Hamilton does want to hit the inside of this rock.
Boy, you might almost want to get that at a wider angle so you can make sure that's gone.
Drives it into their
That's
own.
what you worry about right there.
It's out. Yep.
And this right here is where this end is going to start to go sideways for Hamilton, because now you've got two. They're behind the tee. You got that center guard up. If Derek can sink one on the top of the button right now, Hamilton's going to have to take their non-existent timeout and figure out what we're going to do here.
Non-existent timeout. There it is. Out turn. Top button, full 4 is fine. But they want it above the tee line for sure. And it would be nice if it was around the guard.
Yep. They're going to get around the guard, but they're going to be back button.
Oh, you don't want this to skate behind
Back
the tee.
for, ooh, boy. They're
Taking this
going to
thing
be
deep now,
way
shouldn't you?
back.
It's going to be deep on its own.
Yep. And now you got a little bit of a pocket. Now you can, this is one of those wide targets. You can be, if you can even get half around that on the top, hey, just a top button. You
So
just
you think even with this much curl in the ice, you think top button is still preferable as opposed to freezing that back one?
Definitely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because it's far enough back to where they can just freeze right on top of you.
Yeah. All right, in turn.
Ooh.
Yeah, don't burn your own.
Yep, that's a close one. Boy, how'd you feel if you burn your own stone? Jesus.
Throwing your broom into it.
Yeah.
All right, trying to get some curl out of this at the end.
Yeah, Matt is just taking too much ice. He's throwing it great, but just no too much ice. Just not going to bury.
It's behind the tee.
Behind the tee, and see, now they're just going to sit right on top of that. That is
Could make a little play on this, a little hit the inside of it and just flop over. Push that one behind their other yellow so they're lying 1-2. Would you ever?
That's insane, Doogie.
Oh, come on.
You're crazy.
Why would you just freeze it? Just
You're a
move
crazy
it,
man.
Hit it.
You are a crazy
4
man.
inches. What are you talking about? I think he's going to try to chip this and flop in. My esteemed partner thinks no. He thinks he's just a straight draw. Is that what you're thinking?
That's what I thought, but
Don't touch
he's clearly playing the chip.
So-
Either that
so-
or he was trying to throw the draw and he just clearly threw too much.
So does that mean that I'm right, or does that mean that we're both wrong?
That means that everybody in this situation except the Hamiltons loses.
Comes down a little outside.
That is.
Now, I didn't say hit the outside of it, just so you know. That was
I know that's true. That's one of those where he might have had both of those stuck in his head, and he kind of got caught in between.
Yeah. All right. So Team Hamilton now with an opportunity on their last. Make life difficult for Team McLean if they can. Again, full four, top, or do you want to be? I think you probably want top button this time.
I think you definitely want top button.
Freeze your own is not end of the world, but you'd like to have it about 2 inches short of that. It's away, in turn.
Boy, and Matt sure needs to go on this for either line or weight.
I think he's thinking weight.
I think you're right, because he's giving her. You got to go too, Becca. If it's that light. Come on.
Pulling this as far as they can.
Boy, they got to go.
All the way to theirs. Full 4 foot would be good.
There. Oh, and they did.
Yep.
That's a
They
good
got
shot.
full 4. They're 1-2.
That is a good shot. I don't know. Well, here's what you do now. Actually, this is what you do. You got a double for 4. You got a double for 4.
That's not a hole back there, my friend.
I know. I think you
not
you
a
got to
hole back
chop
there.
it. Well, here's the thing. You got to hit it thin anyways, right?
You're hitting both yellows. It's not for 4.
Oh, I think you can hit it wide enough. You got to just skin it, though, Doogie.
Don't think that's there.
Well, what else are they going to throw?
Well, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about if they can hit it, if they can remove those reds. I don't think both those reds go. I think that back 4 red jams all day on the back 12 foot.
Well, we're about to find out.
We are about to find out. Rocks away. Here we go. We'll see if we're right.
Yep, you got to go. You got to hit that so thin. You got to hit that so thin.
Gonna hit the top. Hits so thin, huh? Is that what you said?
Thin. Yeah.
Didn't they hit that pretty thin?
They hit it. They hit it too thin. They hit it too thin. There's a difference between so thin and too thin, Doogie. You know that. You know that.
All right. So.
And the drama continues.
Team Hamilton. Steals one here in the 7th.
Steal 1-7.
Up 5-4.
So
okay.
Now they're going to use the power play.
You sure?
If I was a betting man, and I'm not, but if I was, see, look at that. They're going to have a little discussion here, and they're going, hey, we're going to play the power play. Do you want to play this on the...
Is there any avenue where you don't use the power play here? You have to, don't you?
You have to. If you're just playing for fun and you don't want to really win. But, other than that, look at that. See, look at that.
Bang on the window. They're playing it. All right, here we are.
And here is the $1 million question, Doogie. Do you tick it? Do you throw the center guard? Do you try to freeze to it? Or do you try to tap it back?
I've seen all 4 options you've mentioned. I've seen them all.
And what is the highest success rate in your estimation?
Well, the people that have tried the tick actually have all made the tick. It's been unbelievable that they have all made it. But I would not say that is the highest percentage shot. But every time I've seen somebody try it, they've made it.
Well, it looks like they've got a pretty good one coming here.
That's going to come up too much.
That's going to curl up. Yep, you're right. But you know what the intriguing thing is here, and they're going to do it. If you don't make the tick and you hit it a little too thick like that, you get the tap.
Yep.
And that's kind of what I like about the tick is you got that built-in plan B.
There we go.
You throw the tick, you throw it tight to tap, and you got your plan B, and you can just switch to it just like that.
There we go.
That is a very good pro side shot from Becca Hamilton.
All right, now Alex Carlson probably looking to tap this red rock in the rings back a little bit, a foot or so.
I think so. I think Derek is a little overzealous with the sweeping.
Try to get their shot out of this. He heard you. He heard you again. You got to quit talking so loud.
Hey, you know what? It's free advice. But Lucy charged 5 cents. Mine's free. So
okay, go around it then.
Ooh, you got to sweep that to get around it. Then.
All right. Okay.
It's a bit of a missed sweep call there.
Becca Hamilton now got a nice pocket there. Could come down to it, although if you come down to it, yellow's likely still shot, so may not do that. Can't hit it.
I think you just do the same thing. You just tap it back.
Could tap it back. I don't think the freeze is terrible here.
Freeze is fine. Here's what you do. You just throw it to the freeze. Pro sides tap.
There we go. We got it all figured out up here.
Yep.
Need to cut a hole in the glass so they can hear us.
Can you imagine? Just have people yelling down at you?
I can imagine them turning around and saying, hey, why don't you shut the heck up?
Yep. Just shut up.
All right. Out turn. Freeze tap.
Looks like a lot of line and a lot of weight.
I think the weight is fine. The weight's fine.
They're tapping for sure.
Tap, tap, tippy tap.
Tap it in.
No, they're fine. They're fine. Wants to get over, though.
Fine shot. Yeah, you're right. That's a fine shot.
Very nice. Well done. Sweeper's delight there.
Absolutely. That is a sweeper's delight.
Yes.
That is a sweeper's
Just a
delight.
slow skate all the way down. Take it all in.
Just dust it a hair and be like, yep.
Get your sliding down correctly.
Absolutely.
Your sweep sliding.
Yep.
Derek McLean now.
So what do you do if you're Derek? Do you try to freeze on theirs? Do you try to freeze down into that pocket?
Well, you're going to have to deal with that red rock that's on the 4-foot side. If you freeze it, you're still going to have to deal with it later. So I think he's going to make at least some kind of movement on that red. He needs to unhinge that back yellow. It's not helping him anymore. He's not going to score. So I could see him making a little bit of a play on this red-yellow. Lightweight hit. Keep your yellow in front of the reds.
Yes.
Little tap.
Just a little tippy tap. Send it home. Oh, he's got more than tap.
More than a tap. So
boy,
he's
got control. He's got control, and Alex is, she's giving it a vigorous sweep.
It's all right. As long as it's around.
Right off now. Now you got to get off. Now you got to get off, and that's just fine.
Very nice shot.
That's
very nice.
just fine.
Yep.
Yep.
Lying 1-2 after that.
Yep.
2 will do.
2 will do. 2 will do.
Got play way out on the wings. That's the intent with the power play.
Yes.
Team Hamilton now. Hit, try to roll under there. Be shot. Tough
I
to
think
get
so.
to.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if you just tap it back to like just back 12, you're fine.
I think he's freezing.
That's preposterous.
I don't know. Maybe preposterous, but I think that's the call. All right. Haven't laid a lick to it yet.
This is going to be another sweeper's delight.
Well, yeah, but it's going to be a little heavy. We're going to come off this a little bit. They don't want to bounce off this and be open. That was a sweeper's delight. Look at that.
Look at that.
Staring at that the whole time. Nice shot.
Great shot by Matt Hamilton.
Yep. Okay. We may see. You don't see too many top Peel Plus shots in curling.
We are about to
at
find
least
out.
In mixed doubles.
Hold on. Let's get a clock on this.
This could be one of them. Yep. This could be
a clock on this puppy and see how hard Derek McLean.
Travis Way might be proud of this one if he were here.
I think he's going to do sub 5.
Tightening up the shoelaces.
Tightens the jock strap.
Coming away.
And
all right. No, it's not. It's just a straight peel.
Well, you
peel
got that going,
straight
though.
peel.
Well, you got it going, though.
That's fine. He wants to hit this near the nose, which he does. Is it rolled too far?
It does.
Just rolls a little too far. Hit that just a little too
That was
much on the outside.
7.5 seconds.
All right, but he's still lying one.
He is, which is important.
Mostly undercover.
And you see, this is actually where the power play is a big advantage, because no matter what the Hamiltons do here, Alex is going to have a presumably open draw to the 4.
Are we down to last?
This is, I think this is Matt/shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I think they got. I think there's 2 left on each.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is Matt/shot.
Matt/shot. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Looked like they were calling the freeze on that top yellow. Need to get shot out of this.
So they're gonna just try to, and the good thing is the finish is right for this. If you're playing on straight ice, you're doomed, right?
Yep.
But
if the angle is right, you can tap this a little bit as long as your angle's good.
Yep.
You're tapping it diagonally.
Mm-hmm.
Away from the center. Out turn.
Is that a Scottish accent, Doogie?
I don't know what that was. Slid in there.
Wants
to be shot. Wants to be shot after this. This is the
back line.
big thing.
Can't be shot when you're back line.
Coming down. Wants this one to curl.
Woof.
This is not a sweeper's light because you can't do a darn thing about it.
That is a real bad shot.
Slides through. Out of play. Okay.
Welp.
Yep.
This is
quickly called to the other side.
This is when the noose starts getting cinched up a little bit.
Not this. Now this one you definitely want it to be shot over on the other side, just above the tee line. I think. Don't you think there?
Yep.
Like to get full 8 foot or mostly
honestly, I
8
mean,
foot.
Crabity, you could be biting 12.
Yeah, I was just thinking that you want this thing deep enough so that they can't hit it and roll over into the other side.
Derek looks like he's got a freight train here too, though.
Alex is sweeping.
I don't know why.
I think they're all right.
I mean, yeah, they look like they're all right.
Can't slide deep. Got to be in front of the tee. Okay. Well done. Good weight. Nice weight.
I don't know.
Okay.
You're still going to leave, yeah. I mean,
not sure if they hit that and roll over, if that gets shot.
This is what you got to do. You got to hit and roll under so you don't leave an obvious hit, and then you just got to pray that they gas it or there's a piece of lint or...
That's what I always pray for.
That's me too.
Yep. I don't know. Can they hit this, roll all the way into their red, and still be shot?
No, they cannot.
Okay, so you can't just bang it and get it over there. You have to get the proper roll. That makes it really hard.
You have to throw the perfect shot.
Okay, there we go.
No pressure at all.
Yep.
No pressure at all. But you have to throw only the perfect shot will do.
There it is. Well, good. If that's the case, then you don't have to spend a lot of time talking about it.
Yep. You know, honestly, in a case like this, I find that people make more of these shots because there's only one shot.
There we go.
You don't have to think about any other shot but this one.
Totally agree.
And so the execution level tends to be higher because instead of going, well, we could do this and we could do that and we could do the other thing. No, you have one shot. You either make it or you don't.
Yep. All right. Here it is. Hit and roll. Need to roll this about 6 feet.
Yes.
Stay shot, but be behind cover. Shots away. Boy,
you know,
really, they're not.
You know what I think they're doing?
The
they're playing the freeze, and they're going to force Alex to hit the pin.
Yep.
And they're real close. Oh, they're real close. Becca, what are you doing not sweeping this? Holy moly. You got to
pulling up short.
Woof.
All right.
And that's the game.
Team McLean will not have to throw their last.
They will not have to throw their last. They scored dose. It's a good job for them.
Wins the game 6-5.
Wins the game, and they will win. Live to play another day. So thanks everybody for watching the web stream. We're going to be back. Doogie, are you going to be back for the playoff games later this evening?
I will be announcing for the 8 o'clock local time game, the quarterfinals, absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. I don't know if I'll be with you, God willing. Who knows?
Oh.
We'll play it by ear if you can stand me again.
I don't know. I don't know.
I would like to say, though, again, that everybody thank you for watching, and just so you remember, if you were not present for the first time, that you can now purchase your tickets for the 2017 U.S. Curling National Championships, which are being held February 11th through the 18th at the Xfinity Arena in Everett, Washington. The Granite Curling Club's putting it on, so you know it's going to be good. Prices range from $10 to $25, and they're good all day. Playoff and all event discounts are available. You can go to http://www.usacurlingnationals2017.com for all the details, anything you could want to know, and more. And we just want to thank you. This is Matt Guy speaking for Doug Kaufman. We'll see you guys in a couple hours. We're going to have some salmon, and have a great night.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you back hopefully at 8 p.m. What is that, hour and a half for the quarterfinals?
Yeah, hour and a half. Why not?
And
for fun.
See you then.
See you then.